Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Thursday. It's the 28th of May, and this is Chart of the Day video number 39. How are you today? Pretty good. The sun is shining. It's not currently raining. Always brightens the mood when the sun is shining. So I hope it's shining where you are, and I hope you're having a good day so far. Thank you, everyone, for responding to yesterday's question. Lots of good quotes and sayings in Scripture. Lots of inspiration there. So thank you. Let's see. I had a question in one of the comments. Someone asked me about what I did prior to owning the shop. I worked for the shop. So I have only owned the shop. I just finished my 4th year in December. Technically, it was probably October or November when we signed the paperwork. I didn't open until New Year's Eve, I think, is when I actually opened the doors. So, just finished the 4th year, I think. Maybe the 5th. It's all 2015. The end of 2015. So yeah, I think the 4th year. Prior to that, I worked for Mary Ann, who was the previous owner, and prior to that, I worked for Kim, who owned the shop before Mary Ann, when it was just a frame shop. Mary Ann and Jim, her husband, brought cross stitch into the frame shop in 2008 or 9 when the economy tanked, in an effort to keep the store going. So I think it was an excellent decision on their part. So that's what I did. I think Kim's son Tanner was still a baby, like at most 18 months. So I probably worked for and he's 18 now, so 17 years I've probably worked for the store. And prior to that, I did a lot of different things. Nothing, I worked as a lunch lady. I worked at Omaha Steaks. I was a secretary at a gas company. I worked in the hospital as a unit secretary. I took reservations for People Express? They didn't last very long. They were a very low rent airline. So I did a lot of different things before I found framing, and I've stuck with that for the longest period of time. So that is what I did prior to owning the shop. I had another gal mention that she was thinking of opening a shop in her area. I say go for it, as long as you have the time to invest. If I had kids, I would not be able to do that. Even now, I give up a lot of time with the grandkids and my own children because of the shop. So if you've got the time, because it is a 24/7 sort of business, then I say go for it. It's very rewarding. I enjoy it most of the time, but sometimes I do wish I could stitch just to stitch, and not because I'm trying to create interest in something, or I still stitch the things that I want to stitch, but there's always that, okay, is this going to be something that will sell well in the store as a model? So, yeah, go for it. Okay, chart of the day today. Shelter from the storm. From Scattered Seed. Samplers. It is toadstool or mushroom, whichever you want to. I kind of tend to flip back and forth. It's got some rabbits and flowers. It's just a really cute little design. These up here are over 1, and so this is 2020. That is also over 1. You could certainly leave that off if you wanted to, without ruining the piece. So don't let the over 1 stop you. It's supposed to be stitched on 32 count Weeks Dye Works straw, which I do not have. It uses Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, and Weeks Dye Works. And I did do for the purple flowers, calls for an over dye, but I just did the DMC conversion because she does have that on here also. If there's not enough, I wouldn't waste my money on that. Let's see. That's about all I can tell you about that. So there's the picture again. I don't, like I said, do not have the straw. So this is 32 count French roast, which is just a beige, and that works perfectly fine. Your vintage country mocha would be fine. Stars Hollow blend, just pretty much any kind of a beige that you like would be nice. I also pulled 32 count Jamie's Kilt, I think is what this is. It's got some pink and blue and green and gray, and I think all those colors would be very pretty on there. Calls for number 29 for DMC, which I haven't used before. I haven't even added that to my own personal stash. The new colors, I got to do that one of these days so that I have them. This is 32 count Barnboard Lugana, and I think it would be cute on there. And I think my personal favorite is the Natural and White Petty Point. It's a 32 count linen. And I like that with you got the circles on the toadstool. I think that would be really cute. I do indeed think that would be adorable. So there's your chart for the day. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like it. I think it's really cute. So today's question of the day. Did y'all know it's National Hamburger Day? I heard it on the radio, so it's got to be true, right? They were talking about favorite number 1 topping for a hamburger is cheese, which I wholeheartedly agree with. You can't have a hamburger without cheese. I can't have a hamburger without cheese. You might be able to, but I need cheese on my burger. Cheese and bacon, that's sometimes some onion, and that's my burger. I don't do condiments of any kind. No relish, no pickles, no mustard, no mayonnaise, no ketchup, or ketchup, I'm not sure which way you pronounce it. I don't do any of that. Dan makes a really, really good stuffed hamburger. My dad used to make them when we were growing up, and then one day he just said he was done. He wasn't making them anymore. So Dan has been making stuffed hamburgers. He puts bacon and onion and pepper jack cheese in the middle, and they're really, really good. That is my favorite hamburger. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a bacon cheeseburger plain. You'd be surprised how many times they can screw that up when you go through the drive-thru. A lot of times, and I can tell if there has been lettuce on there. I can tell if even if they peeled it off and there's no trace of it. I can tell there's been lettuce on that burger. Same with pickles. Ugh. Pickles. So, question of the day is, what do you like on your burger? Do you like burgers? So, that's pretty much everything for that. I think I answered the questions. And I think I'm done for the day here. I hope you have a great one. Get some stitching done. I will see you tomorrow morning. You take care until then. Bye.